Welcome to the Highlight Her podcast, a space created to highlight incredible women in their journeys through business, motherhood, creativity, and accomplishments. I hope it ignites motivation in you like it does for me. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to it. Hello.
Hi.
I am here today with Alissa Phelan. She's from Fruh Realty out of Newburyport. Thanks for coming on, Alissa.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I had to drag you here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I should have had more than one drink.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I had to give her a cocktail before we started because that's the only way that I could get you on here today.
That's so, right.
Pull my arm, whatever. Okay, so we are here today. Mm-hmm. I met you, how long ago did I meet you? A few months ago, April maybe?
I don't know. I was at a really slow open house in Newburyport.
Yes. So I walked into an open house doing a little networking when I first started out, and I just met you, said, let's grab coffee. And then we grabbed coffee.
And then we decided coffee wasn't enough.
Yeah, we were like, we should have planned to get cocktails instead.
Yeah, so
and since then, we now do business and have cocktails together, and it's awesome.
Who could ask for
it's
anything
wonderful.
more?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and since meeting you, I've kind of learned about your transition into real estate, and you're kind of a badass, and your story's pretty cool. So that's what I want to talk about today.
Okay.
So you were originally a
special education teacher, supervisor, thingamajig.
Mm-hmm. And then through the pandemic, that kind of...
Yeah, COVID fucking killed me, man.
Yeah.
I was working, for 20 years. This is like my midlife crisis, so I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
Yeah.
But the pandemic killed me, and I was like, I've always wanted to do real estate, and I never had the balls to do it.
Yep.
So during the pandemic, I was like, what the hell else am I going to do? I can do online classes. So I did online classes, and then all of a sudden I got my real estate license. I went, oh shit, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
So here I am.
Here you are.
But COVID killed me. That was like the toughest thing, like being a teacher and doing Zoom. I was training people on how to do a Zoom visit with babies.
Yeah.
Like I never did one. How am I going to train you to do something I don't know? So
that's so hard. And so you got your real estate license, and how long were you in teaching for?
20 years.
Yeah, 20. That's, talk about like a jump.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, like a crazy jump. So you got your license, and then you were like, what do I do with it now?
Yep.
So tell me like who you reached out to from there.
So I reached out to Kevin Fruh.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess you don't have to talk about like all the agencies.
And I only reached out to 2 other ones.
Okay.
And when I met Kevin, he basically was like, we are like a no bullshit team. Like we are completely transparent. What you see is what you get. We're not salesy and pushy. Like we're just here to help people get homes. And I was like, that's where I'm at. Like I am not a salesperson. I am a special ed teacher.
Yeah.
So, and I'm bad at lying. So I can't do that either. And
yeah.
I was like, I think I'll go with Kevin. And I love it. I mean, I love working there. Everyone there is super cool, super chill, very helpful. There's no pushiness. There's no competition. Like when we're there, we're just there to, talk about what's going on in our day-to-day real estate lives, and we move along.
Yeah. And I think it's cool too that people definitely want to work with you because you're real. I think that, you're real.
So.
Yeah. Like you don't push anyone to make any decisions that they feel pressured into, or you learn what people want. You're like, I'm putting my best foot forward for my clients. This is, what I think they're comfortable with. So, I know that people work with you because that's the kind of real estate agent you are. And I think that that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to push someone to buy a house. It's one of the most expensive things that you're going to be purchasing most likely.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to get something just to get something.
Yeah.
And the other agents, like some of the list agents, I've told you, they just call me and call me and call me. I'm like, dude, they don't want your freaking house.
Yeah.
Like, back up. I've already told you that. I will reach out for the umpteenth time, but stop calling me because we're moving on. So, I'm there for my clients, absolutely. And I'm real. Like I said, I can't lie. I'm not good at that stuff. If I don't know the answer, which I'm still fairly new, I'm just had like my year anniversary. Maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know half the shit I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I've got an awesome team that I can reach out to, and they're super, on top of things, and will get back to me, and I have the answers within hours typically.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's really cool too. Fruh is the top agency in Newburyport, one of the top agencies in Newburyport.
We're one of the top, and we're smaller too, so we have less agents going towards that amount that makes you the top.
Right.
So, because Kevin's badass and so is everyone else that I work with. I mean,
but I think it's cool that you are, like, I mean, the company as a whole is so big and successful, but also you're down to earth. And like, it's not one of those like, you know, just kind of like robotic and very professional. Like there's a lot of personality that goes into it too, which I think is good. And that's obviously why you're a fantastic fit for that company too.
I agree.
Yeah. So talk to me too about, I mean, I know like your transition to the agency that you picked wasn't the easiest kind of thing. And you had to like internally say like, I know what's best for myself and I know what's going to be my best.
Do you want me
fit.
to tell you that story?
I do. I do. Yes. That's what I'm leading into.
All right. So when I was going between Kevin and another agency and I was like, I don't know what to frickin' do. Because they both sounded great. They both like offered me some really like great positions. And so I asked my friend and she's like, oh yeah, I have a friend whose mom is an agent. I'm not going to say anyone, you know. So whatever. I met with her, I talked to her, and I was telling her what I was thinking of doing. And she basically was like, fuck you, you're not going to make it in Newburyport. I've been doing it for 25 years, and I can't get into Newburyport, neither can you. And I was like, well, I was told I can do some, you know, open houses for my broker. Yeah. She goes, what? How many open houses do you think this guy actually has? Well... I'm literally doing an open house, if not 2, every weekend.
Yeah.
But I mean, she just like put me down to the point where I was like, you know what, lady, F you. I'm just going to get on it and do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's, I mean, I wanted to point that out because I think a lot of people, especially, you had not even gotten into the industry yet.
No, and she was already like pushing me out before I even got into it.
But
like I was more competition.
Yes. And not only just pushing you out, but telling you that you didn't know how to make the educated decision in this field that you were not yet in and you were starting out in.
Right.
And you had the confidence enough to say, you're telling me that I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to go do it.
And I went with the person she told me not to go with. She was like, oh, I don't know him. I haven't heard of him. I've heard the other one. And I was like, I'm going to go with what I want to fucking go with. So I did. So here I am.
And here you are.
And I love it.
And you love it, and you are successful, and your brokerage is successful. And I think that's such a cool story because I think a lot of people would have been like, oh, they would have second guessed it, and they would have maybe like not gone with their gut.
I mean, I definitely I guess I didn't really second guess it. I was more angry than anything else. Yeah. Like, I called you for help and you literally just like put me down. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, I wasn't going to not do it. Yeah. Like, that was my goal. I was going to do real estate and that's it. And whoever wants me to, sure. Who doesn't, then...
Yeah. So talk to me too about your goal. I mean, I'm sure like there probably was a little bit of like you told me I couldn't do it, and now I'm going to do it, and I'm going to really do it. Yeah. But like, did you set a goal for yourself? Like, what was your motivating factor there to like really take off and do well?
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm taking off and doing that great, but I'm doing okay
doing pretty
for my
good.
First year.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how to answer that question. What got me going?
Do you think like there was a little bit of fire like lit in you?
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I've always been a fiery kind of person. I'm not
definitely are. Yes, in the best way.
I don't take no for an answer. Yeah. You can ask my husband that, and it kind of pisses him off. Like I don't like that answer. Yeah. So yeah, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Like no one can tell me I can't do something. Yeah. And if I have to, so my goal, I guess, was just not to fail. Yeah. Like, just get your ass in there, get a couple sales under your belt, and learn as much as you can. And that was basically my goal as to what I was going to aim for. Yeah. So I'll get, like, more specific goals, I think, as I get into it. But for now, it's just, like, get my feet in there and do what I can. Yeah. I think that's awesome. Starting out, like, not overwhelming yourself and just saying, I'm not going to fail at this. That's awesome. Like, I don't really know what my next step is, what my next goal is, but I know that I'm not going to fail, and I'm going to throw myself into it, and I'm going to do everything I can, and I'm going to learn from the people around me. I mean, that's wisdom right there. So I think it's awesome that you did that. I don't plan anyway. Yeah. So I don't plan like I'm going to go get that. Like, you can ask anyone. Like, I have no plans. Like, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. But my plan is not to fail. Yeah. That's the only plan I got. Yeah. Like, and that's like where we're going to go.
Yeah. It's not an option. Failing is not an option.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, and what would you say that like your best part about this switch has been into real estate? I know like we talked about this earlier, like a lot of flexibility comes with it.
Yeah.
And being able to like plan your summer. Like this was the first summer that you
I
were
love not working
like,
for the man. Like, it's fucking awesome. I don't have to be like, I have 40 hours left of vacation time. I'm going to take this and this and this. Like, I don't have to do that. I can just be responsible. And I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to be an hour and a half away. I can come back up. I can do a few things and I can go back down. My son the other day was like, Mom, do you ever work? I was like, I do, but you're not around when I'm doing it. You're in school or camp, buddy.
Yeah.
So, but I think he likes it too, because I got to drive him to school a lot. Like, we weren't rushing out the door and like screaming at each other. Yeah. Like, get your clothes on. We have to go. We're going to miss the bus. I'm going to miss my meeting. You know, like we don't have to do that anymore. So that's nice.
Yeah.
I like the freedom of like being my own boss.
Yeah.
I think to be in real estate, you have to be disciplined and you have to like still do it. Like you can't just sit back and expect it to fall in your lap. You have to get your ass out there and you have to work. But I don't know how not to work. Yeah. So I've always worked. So I've always been like, I'm bored because I'm not doing something for these last 5 minutes. Yeah. Unless I'm staying on the beach. Yeah. Then I'm okay with doing nothing.
Was that hard for you to go from like kind of like being given a plan in work to then like planning yourself and then like putting it into use?
Not really, because early intervention, what I was doing before, we were working with families, and I would get texts and emails from families on the weekends and weeknights, and I mean, these were families that were in need, and I wasn't going to ignore them. So I was still kind of working. I just wasn't getting paid for it. So no, and people are like, oh, I don't like working on during the weekends. Honestly, I don't mind, because I don't have to work 9 to 5 on Sunday. I can go do an open house, a showing, and then, go back home. I get to schedule it myself, which I like. Yeah. So working nights and weekends, it doesn't bother me one bit. I kind of get away from my family, which is kind of a nice break, right?
Sometimes, when you need. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not making dinner. I ain't going to be here. Your problem, not mine.
I'm going to go shut myself in my bedroom on calls, and I'm going to come back down an hour, and that's that.
It's called Fend for Yourself Fridays at my house. I don't make food.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah. I always say too, like, I love with working 24/7, which we do. I mean, that's what we do. We work 24/7, but along with that comes flexibility. Like, the two, they just kind of go hand in hand. And I wouldn't have this any other way. I would rather be like on the clock 24/7 and be able to like be present with my family and then have to step away and, or be able to go to a soccer game on a Wednesday night or be able to go a weekend away and not have to ask anybody. Like I would
it's awesome.
Take that any day. And I think the reason that I love working with you, and I work so well with you and like other moms and women, like we can get so much done in the in-between. Like,
that's what we had to do, especially when you're doing your 9 to 5.
Yes.
You literally only had like this much time to do anything. Yeah. So that's multitasking is like what moms do.
It is, right.
So it's not like a big transition.
Exactly. No. And I love that like you call me and someone needs something, like I pick up the phone.
Yeah,
and like
if
Jack is like yelling in the background, we're not like, oh, like let me call you back. It's like, no,
like me. Shut up.
Yeah, like we're
not
like
to your kid, to my kid.
Yeah, we like we can have the conversation and like work when we're in the car and we like have a second and we don't have to like juggle a million things. And that's so valuable to me because I think with some people or with clients or this and that, like you can't always do that.
Right.
But together we can get so much work done.
We can.
When maybe other people couldn't, because I couldn't always pick up the phone when my son's screaming in the back of the car when, with other people, but I can with you and, and that's just wonderful to me.
Cool.
Because I think like even the first time that I called you, you were in the sun with your car and your son's older, but he was like talking to you and you're like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, this is great. Yes. Like this is going to work.
Yes.
We are going to get a lot done.
Yep.
I feel at home here. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah.
These kids don't scare me. I've been working with them for 20 years.
That's true.
So nothing a kid says or does doesn't even like faze me at all.
Yeah.
Half the time I don't even listen to them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I know. Yeah. It like goes in one ear and out the other.
That background noise.
Yeah. Yep.
My poor kid.
Yeah. Well, he's great. Yeah. So what would you say, like, I know that you were like, I go with the flow, I just don't want to fail. Like, what, if you had to make a goal for, like, now that you just hit a year, your next year in real estate, like, do you have anything in mind that you're like, this is what I want to do next? Or, like, what do you think?
I mean, I think the only goal I have is just to keep doing what I'm doing, have more listings, have more clients, get to know what I'm doing. I'm feeling more comfortable with my answers because I already feel more comfortable than I did beforehand because I've been doing it and writing offers. Like I feel more comfortable with that. And I think as we go on, I just want to learn as much as I can about the industry just so I can be an expert at it because that's what people want. Like you don't want some schmuck trying to help you sell your house who doesn't know their ass from their elbow. Yeah. Right? Yep. So that's more of my goal. Yeah. And I want to get a boat. Like that's like my financial goal.
Love that. Yeah.
That's like my one goal.
I want you to get a boat too.
We all want a boat because we all want to go party on Alyssa's boat. For sure.
I want to go party on Alyssa's boat.
All right, so we got to work a little harder there, Mackenzie, me and you. We're going to get that boat, right?
Yeah, we got to get it going. I'm going to add myself to that goal.
Okay,
so we can do this together.
Me and Alyssa can get a boat.
Me and Alyssa are going to get a boat, and we're going to then invite clients onto the boat, and that's where we're going to all meet together.
Or we can just hang out on the boat and have someone else drive it around, and we can answer the phone and be like, sure, I'll write up you at that offer when I get off the boat.
Kidless.
Yes.
Yes. Love that.
That's life jackets.
Yeah, life jackets.
Let them whatever around, I guess.
You're okay over there, honey. You're good. You're good. Got a call. Mama's got a call.
Just don't drown. Told you, I'm not good at watching children near beaches or water. Don't trust me.
We need a third party to watch my child when I have to take a call because you're just. I'm not going to trust you with that.
Don't.
Okay.
Hey, listen,
at least you're honest.
Honest about it.
Well, I am just so delighted to be working with you. You are awesome. You're a badass. I love your confidence. I love your I don't give a shit attitude. I love your constant forward movement. It motivates me. It's just you're wonderful. Yeah, you're absolutely wonderful.
Really nice to say. I think the same thing about you, but you don't need to make me that big.
You're pretty cool. You're cool.
Thank
you don't give yourself enough
Tell
credit.
my son that. He thinks I'm so embarrassing.
Okay, give me his number and I'll text him.
It's like, Mom, you're so embarrassing. Not that bad. He's like, you sing out loud in front of my friends, and I'm like, so?
So what?
I sing.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So
you're wonderful. And if you would like to work with Alyssa, because she is a badass real estate agent that will keep it real and work her butt off for you, where can people find you?
They can find me at my phone number.
Yeah.
978-572-0226, or just Fruh Realty. Just call it Fruh Realty. Be like, hey, want to talk to Alyssa.
And what's your email too?
It's alyssa@fruhrealty.com.
Perfect.
Super easy.
Yep. And you have an Instagram. And
I have an
more
Instagram.
So on Facebook.
Yes, and I am somewhat middle-aged, and I'm not the best with the social media stuff, so I'm still learning.
You are.
I finally learned how to upload something on Instagram a couple months ago, so that was a big step.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. We've said a few times that we're we really gotta flip your Instagram. We gotta get it going. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to help me with my social media, that'd be great.
All right.
That's one thing I cannot do.
Okay. Well, I'll start by tagging you in this. We'll start here.
Ooh. Yeah. I know what tags are.
Yeah,
I just learned what hashtags are too. I couldn't wrap my brain around them.
Good. Well, we'll try those too. All right. Well, thank you for coming on today. I know I had to,
Yep. Drag me in
with a cocktail, but we did it.
Yeah. I think we're having another cocktail now after this.
That sounds good. All right. Well, stay tuned. Thanks.
Thank you.